Hello everybody, welcome back to more Let's Play Sonic Unleashed. In the last part, we did Holska's hot dog missions, and now we are going to go do the ones in Chun-Nan. As soon as I decided to stop playing with the camera, there we go. Okay. I had to do another post-recorded because this level is surprisingly difficult to survive. I'm serious. The missions themselves aren't that difficult. The hard part is getting there in one life. There's one part in particular which I always seem to trip up at, but whatever. I'm at max upgrades, but even if I wasn't, this would still be a fairly easy mission to get through. Time trial speaking, it's not even terribly difficult to make it within 3 minutes. I didn't in this case, but it's doable. That being said, usually I have to use glitches for that, but yeah, this level's kinda glitchy anyway, so makes sense. Really towards the water. Trying to think with a little quick nothing too important happens here that you can do to shave time off this jump. If you're feeling risky, do a air boost, or whatever it's called. I know it has a real name, but I don't remember what that is. I think it might be faster at that grind section I was at if you're actually willing to jump off and just boost across the water, but I'm not sure. Ring dash for the sake of conserving boost energy and not having to drift. Go up here because I can. For the same reason, kill off all these enemies. Who are only now seem to give me any experience. Yes, I have an extremely high amount of experience. I need to do something about that, but whatever. It'll wind up being like the rings where I have so many there's no way I can ever possibly use them all. But then I can really either if you're feeling risky, you can actually link that enemy over there into your homing chain so that's 4 enemies, which does save some time, but considering how this game's control scheme works, you could very well just air boost to your death just as easily, if not easier. And there doesn't seem to be any consistency as to when it's going to let you lock on and when it won't. Maybe there is and I just haven't noticed it, but I'm not seeing it. Not much you can do here, just don't get hit. You can't kill those enemies off. You can get this one though. It's a beaut. Last section, fairly easy. Just run. You can get away with getting hit a few times. Just don't. What's the word? I want to say dilly-dally, but that's not right. Speaking of getting hit, it's just a thing that casually happens, you know. And again, I will. Mission 1 done! Finally! Because I have so much experience now, I really need to get rid of some of this. I'm gonna add some stuff to my combat. That being said, we're so high now that we're only ever gonna be able to get things from Unleash mode, but still. I use Unleash from time to time, just not nearly as much as I should. Keep going. We still got over 50. And we're still going. Come on. There we go. Max. And let's get an Unleash. Because you know how much I do use Unleash. Keep the rest. I don't have to go all the way down to 0. $18,000 rings. Watch that number dwindle. See, I made a lot of... I've already made one cut so far. I'm about to make another.
Here we
You could probably hear a little stutter there in the background music, but... It's just... Every single one of these runs. Battle mode thing, I would say don't take the spring shortcuts since you can get the enemies, and for the same reason, come this way and fail the jump because there's enemies along this route. The goal for level 3 is 30. You can get almost 50. I doubt I'm going to get quite that many, but it's possible. If I jumped right there, I could have gotten another enemy. However, if you go this way, there's this homing attack chain of 3. You could just easily jump down and gotten all 4 of them, but and I missed that one. Thanks, controls. They work the best, clearly. Right, now we wait. Hop up. There's not going to be any enemies for a while, but that's fine. We don't really need any. There's still a couple sweet spots left. I know there's a mission that has... What the... No. Okay. Okay. Survived. Try that again. Any robots along here? I'm not seeing any packs of robots anywhere around here. Shameful, really. I missed another robot, but whatever. Just got that huge chunk. I'm missing a ton of robots, but it really doesn't matter. There's so many. 30 is such a joke. They could have made it 40 and it would still be pretty easy. Fall down here, there's more robots this way. So many more. A couple more here, and yeah. I think that's the first time I've actually shown off that route in this walkthrough, so you know, it does have its uses. Don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a pop-up for one of my friends playing TF2 now. Yeah, you can see at that time the lock-on shows up. But I didn't want to risk it, because sometimes even when the lock-on does show up, it'll go short, and you'll actually run straight into that wall of the platform, with no way to get onto any of the platforms, dooming yourself to failure. But, you know, that's always nice. If you guys ever figure out how to get those 2 enemies, you can get them, but... Or actually, wait. Correction. Kill those 2 enemies and get out. And I guess you can get them, but doesn't really matter. We got 44 out of 30. There's no more enemies along the way. We're fine. Well, except for that, but this guy doesn't count as an enemy. Still not that many rings. I could be in trouble for the ring run. Oh yes. If it wasn't so true, it would be kind of funny. Just a little bit. Ah, there we go. See, no increase to the, what's it called? The, call it a gauge? Meter, maybe? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. He didn't want an autograph, I can tell you that much. Shame, I would have been fully on board with that. Speaking of autographs, I really gotta get back to doing HPO again, but I'm stuck in the middle of one right now. Can you blame me for not wanting to do another part of it?
Here we go!
It's Superman! Game that, ironically enough, I still think is better than Aquaman. Not by much. But it is. At least Superman had the excuse of being a product of its time. And at least it somewhat changes its terribleness up with something else terrible. To be fair, that's not really a good argument, because Aquaman does too, but... 99 out of 100. You're gonna run up to somebody and attempt using your Kick of Doom the whole time. Or, actually that was just me, but... I like the Kick of Doom, okay? Waiting for a day that I'll ever be able to use that again. It'll never come. I can dream. Yeah, I was hoping I could light dash along that, but whatever. You can actually get more rings along this path if you go on the lower route. FYI. But this is one of those missions where it's really not that hard to get the 500 rings that you need. It's keeping the rings that's challenging. Like, over here, there's 80 rings on this loop. See? So I've already made it, I just have to not get hit. So much easier said than done. Seeing how there's practically 0 rings left. Well, except for the chase sequence, but you can't really guess on that. Or if you're really patient, you could sit around all these spinning platforms, but... what are the odds of that? Yeah. Just weave through, don't do anything too hasty. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, hasty. Okay, maybe it wasn't, but hasty works all the same. Okay, challenging part. Challenging because it always seems to say it's attacking one side and then it will magically attack somewhere else. So it's kind of luck-based. But, whatever, I guess. As long as you can make it. You still need some rings, you can get them here, but that's assuming you don't get hit trying to get those rings, which I miraculously did not. Okay. Done with the daytime missions. So, we just gotta do the nighttime stuff, which is amazingly easier than the daytime. Okay, wait till night. Okay, sorry, I cut out the sequence. I just wanted to get straight into it. Start with the time trial. The only time in the game. The nighttime trial is actually even less time than the daytime trial. For daytime level 3 it was 4 minutes. And here it's 3. That I find that kind of funny. What do you think? Actually no, 3 minutes is actually a good time to ask. I don't think you can do it in 2 minutes. Not unless it's really, really good. I guess you could, but you're gonna want at least some upgrades here. Particularly in your life bar. Considering how you might get hit a lot. With all the optional fight sequences. There's actually not that many fight sequences in this level that you have to do. This is one of the few that you do. There's this, and I think there's like one other. Everything else has the option of being ignored. If you can wait for that guy to stop his discharge, you can toss him towards the flower, and if you're lucky, he won't spin off in a million directions, and will electrocute every flower there. This is the other one that's blocked off, by the way. So, attack him however you see fit. I chose Cartwheel. Button mash our way over here, get some rings, and do more button mashing catapults. And it is miraculously faster if you jump up and go along this route. I wouldn't necessarily say safer, but it's definitely faster. In survival, do not take this route unless you are really confident. But it is a route. There is flames, there is enemies, there is saws, and you will almost certainly get hit. Speaking of the saws, they have kind of wonky detection. I think I've already mentioned that before, but yeah, this. Okay, there's no way it hit me that time, but whatever. Whatever. This sequence up here, you don't technically have to fight anyone, but if you so choose to do so. Okay, so I felt like fighting off some of these guys for some experience. What's wrong with a little experience? By some of these guys, I mean Big Mother, and that's it. It's something. Ah, glorious. Just gotta do the survival and we're done. Piece of cake. No rings, wonderful. It says guard well. No one guards. Okay, that's one of my more obvious cuts. But yeah. I don't even think I needed to cut for that last one. I think I actually got it in the first try. I have a cut here, but that's just for the sake of me knowing it's there. If you have high enough strength and combo meter, you should be okay here. Just... I would say if you have your combat at least to level 15, and your strength at least level 4, you should be okay. But it can vary because, well, I made a cut here. I can't exactly pretend it's easy. Because I did fail. I always love that. Oh yeah. Experience where it counts. Gotta catapult across again. Checkpoint, that means nothing. Catapult again. While I wouldn't recommend taking the route this time, I'm gonna at least grapple onto these first couple. Just so I don't have to wait for that. Oh, what's it called? Grapple? Is that what it's called? I don't know. In any case, Unleash mode. Definitely want to get rid of that wizard. If you don't have your Unleash gauge up yet, that barrel right there has a full Unleash thing. It wasn't just this time, it's always there. There's a ton more enemies along this route. I still find it safer than trying to navigate through all those fires and saws. But if you're not having any luck along this path, then maybe try the other. Since it is, I guess, somewhat more skill-based. I love that move. Too bad it only works on Unleash mode. I think that to use that, it's the same controls as the Egg Scrambler normally. Which is probably the only move in the game I actually know the name of. One of the only anyways. It's the one where you go spinning forward. People use it a lot when they're trying to recover from falling. Including myself. Like last time, if you want to, you can just start straight for the... right now, straight for the switch. Lever. Lever would be the word. The Big Mother. So I've got the lever. That for some reason I couldn't remember it was called a lever. Hey, I'm not on the clock. Might as well. Experience is beautiful. Those wizards will just keep reappearing for a fairly long time. If you let them, so I'm just gonna go away. And there we have it. Now loading. Chun-Nan. Wonderful. We finished up this hot dog place. I don't know what'll be next. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.